When you buy a car in India, you are essentially signing a 15-year contract with government's fuel policies. Most of us look at the mileage, touchscreen, or the sunroof. We calculate the monthly EMI and call it a day. But the automotive market is going through a massive chemical and regulatory shift right now. The fuel you choose might make your car mechanically useless or even legally banned in just 7 to 10 years. If you are putting your hard-earned money down in 2026 and want absolute peace of mind for next 10 to 15 years, you need to look at what is actually happening in the service centers. I am going to break down the reality of owning every single fuel type over the next 15 years. No spec sheet, just the daily customer experience and the hidden mechanical failures people are dealing with right now. Don't skip the video thinking I'm going to bash the government for adding additives. No, because this is nothing new. Markets that are older than ours like USA, Europe and even Japan introduced them much earlier. Unlike us, they have options. Still, I'll rank all the fuel types available in India and you are smart enough to decide which one suits you the best. Let's get into it. For a long time, a diesel SUV was the default choice for Indian highways. Today, buying one for private use is a massive risk. You already know about the 10-year ban in Delhi NCR. That alone makes a 15-year ownership plan legally impossible in the capital. But here is the mind-boggling reality that should make you rethink your decision before you purchase anything. A government panel has officially recommended a complete ban on diesel-powered four-wheelers in all Indian cities with a population of over 1 million by 2027. That means if you buy a diesel car today, it could be outlawed from entering most major cities before your EMI is even paid off. But there is a quieter and much more expensive problem happening with BS6 diesel engines, that is AdBlue crystallization. BS6 diesel engines require a liquid urea called AdBlue to reduce emissions. What service centers won't highlight is that this liquid frequently crystallizes inside the pipes and the pumps. The system fails. You are looking at replacement bill for SCR pump and injectors that easily cross 50,000 rupees. Owners are now buying aftermarket anti-crystal additives just to keep their brand new cars running. Between the constant threat of government bans expanding to other cities and the fragile emission system, diesel simply does not offer the peace of mind you need for a 15-year investment. This is a practical choice, not an emotional one. So if you are a diesel fanboy, hold your horses and let the facts do the talking. So sadly, diesel comes in the last place. Mechanically, CNG is very safe. The fuel chemistry isn't changing and your running cost will also be low. But CNG comes with a heavy penalty on your daily life. It destroys your time. The CNG infrastructure in our cities is completely overwhelmed by commercial taxis and auto rickshaws. As a private owner, you will find yourself waiting in lines for 30 to 40 minutes just to refuel. On top of that, at the time of refueling, you should step out of your car. If you value your time after a long working day, waiting in a queue twice a week completely cancels out the money you save on your fuel. Then there is the packaging. Dropping a massive CNG cylinder into the boot of sub-4-meter car leaves you with zero luggage space. I know, newer cars are coming with underbody CNG cylinders, but even then you are still compromising on your spare tire and overall practicality. Here is the final legal headache. The government mandates a strict hydro testing for your CNG cylinders every 3 years. If you miss the test or the CNG cylinder fails, CNG pumps are legally banned from refueling your car, leaving you stranded with no other options. So, if you plan to keep this car for 15 years and use it for family road trips, a CNG vehicle can be fundamentally impractical. You are trading your boot space, convenience and time for cheaper running cost. So we are placing the CNG at 4th place. Traditionally, petrol is a safe bet, but standard petrol is no longer safe. The government has made 20% ethanol blended petrol mandatory as baseline fuel across India. The problem is basic chemistry. Engines hate water, while ethanol loves it and absorbs the moisture from the air. During the Indian monsoons, when humidity is high, the ethanol in your fuel tank sucks in that moisture. When it absorbs too much, it triggers a reaction called phase separation. The ethanol and water physically separates from the petrol and sink to the bottom of your fuel tank, creating a highly corrosive, milky layer of acidic water. Because your fuel pump draws petrol from the bottom of the tank, your engine drinks that water. It causes misfire, stalling, and internal rusting. Petrol pump owners are even reporting that their underground storage tanks are experiencing phase separation, which means pumps are occasionally dispensing this muddy water directly into customers' car. To survive this, you need a flex fuel car. Maruti Suzuki has just launched India's first mass market flex fuel Wagoner in June 2026, which can handle up to 100% ethanol. But if you buy one now, you are the first generation adopters. You are testing out a brand new technology for the manufacturers. For a 15-year purchase, being a test subject is not a comfortable position to be in. So our beloved petrol gets third place just above CNG. So if chemical fuels are this complicated, electric vehicle should be the perfect solution, right? No. On paper, an EV is 100% future-proof. You completely bypass the government's ethanol blending. You have no complex engine to maintain. But the daily reality of taking an EV on the highway is still deeply stressful. We are dealing with the charging infrastructure that is fragmented. You have to juggle multiple apps, deal with the broken hardware, and wait in long queues if charger is occupied.
हमने मैप खोला और उसमें ढूंढे चार्जिंग स्टेशन नियर मी। सबसे पहले चार्जिंग स्टेशन में बहुत सारे पोर्ट्स और चार्जिंग स्टेशन हमें मिले, लेकिन जो ध्यान रखते हैं भैया वो चाबी लेके गांव चले गए। सेकंड स्टेशन में ऑलरेडी एक सर चार्ज हो रहे थे, उन्होंने हमें बताया कि ये चार्जिंग स्टेशन तो पता नहीं कब से खराब है। अगले चार्जिंग स्टेशन की तो जो हालत थी, चार्जिंग अडेप्टर जमीन में गिरा हुआ था, मिट्टी और बारिश का पानी उसके पोर्ट्स के अंदर तक था।
Most importantly, the financial honeymoon of EVs are ending. State government has realized they are losing massive amounts of revenue by offering zero road tax on electric cars. Karnataka, which is India's biggest EV hub, passed a bill effective April 2026 that slaps a mandatory 5 to 10% lifetime road tax on electric cars. And here is the ultimate financial trap that destroys the 15-year EV plan: the massive depreciation crisis. According to August 2026 market data, electric cars in India are bleeding value so fast that it completely wipes out your fuel savings, with some models dropping 30% in their very first year. Just look at this 2026 Punch EV Empowered Plus S model. The on-road price is 13.6 lakh rupees. I found the exact same car on used car marketplace, and guess what? It's also 2026 model. Within just a few months, it has already lost 3.71 lakh rupees in value, almost 4 lakh rupees. That's a massive depreciation for a car that's barely months old. By the year 10, the battery invisibly degrades and the warranty expires. You aren't selling a car anymore. You are selling a dead battery. The resale value drops so drastically that your 15-year investment practically becomes a total financial loss. Buying an EV guarantees your car won't be ruined by bad fuel, but you are trading that mechanical safety for severe infrastructure anxiety and raising upfront taxes. So EV takes second place. Now, what do you think is left to take the number one spot? There is one option that comes surprisingly close enough to giving the best option, that is strong hybrid. Cars like Toyota Hyryder, Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara or Honda City comes under this strong hybrid. Right now, this is the most practical choice for a 15-year horizon. You get the smooth and silent efficiency of an EV, the quick refuel at the same time. You completely bypass the EV charging crisis, avoid the CNG queues, and don't have to worry about diesel DPF failures. State governments are even trying to reward hybrid buyers. Uttar Pradesh recently waived registration taxes entirely, and Karnataka is drafting a policy to drop hybrid road taxes down to zero for cars under 25 lakh rupees. But there is one massive detail you need to check before buying. A hybrid still uses petrol engine. If that engine is not certified for the new ethanol blends, it will fail. Just recently, a consumer court in Raipur ordered Maruti Suzuki to refund 20.5 lakh rupees to a consumer who bought Grand Vitara hybrid. The engine suffered repeated misfire and internal damage. The court found that the hybrid's engine simply could not handle the mandatory E20 fuel being sold at petrol pumps. Shocking, right? But it's a 1 in a million case. If possible, when you buy a strong hybrid, get it in return from the dealer that the engine is certified for E20 fuel and beyond. You also have to factor in that the hybrid battery warranty usually tops out at 8 years or 160 kilometers. So you might face a replacement cost a decade down the line. But wait, there is one more option that could be even better: the plug-in hybrid. You can do your short trips on battery power alone and switch to the petrol engine for long distance journey. The problem is that very few plug-in hybrids are available in India right now. As of August 2026, brands like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Volvo and Chinese manufacturer BYD offer plug-in hybrid cars. But if you can wait, Chinese manufacturer Chery and Indian company JSW have formed joint venture to bring Petrol to India, which is expected to offer plug-in hybrid models. Hence, the plug-in hybrid might actually be the ideal fuel choice for the future. There is no perfect fuel. Every single type asks you to compromise on something. Diesel asks you to compromise on legal safety, CNG takes your time, EVs demand patience, petrol faces chemical degradation, and the hybrid demands a higher upfront investment. Your goal is to pick the compromise you can live with comfortably for the next 15 years. Right now, a properly certified strong hybrid demands the least amount of behavioral changes and offers the highest amount of mental peace. Hence, the number one choice for me is the strong hybrid. In my upcoming video, I'll explain the exact break-even distance for EV, strong hybrid, and petrol so that you are not in loss. At the end, I want to say one thing. Gadkari, it's done, bro.